For our A2 media project, we decided to do a music video for J. Cole's Lost Ones. The song is about a boyfriend and girlfriend who throughout the song argue about the situation they find themselves in. The girlfriend is pregnant and they are not in a position to give the unborn child a good life. Adding to that, the boyfriend doesn't want her to keep the child. In terms of mise-en-scène, our video combines a variety of things to help emphasize the song's feelings of love and hardship. We used 3 locations: Jamal's room, Leighton Sixth Form College, and the area surrounding Jamal's house. We use these because they help create an environment of an economically hard life, so like almost like a concrete jungle. Area surrounding Jamal's house was used for its realism and because it relates to our target audience, young black British teenagers, and the areas in which they live, so it looks quite run down and colourless. The attire of our actors is mainly plain and doesn't conform to the usual expensive, overly wealthy look of rappers in rap videos. This was once again done to help reinforce realism. Our video is very different from modern rap videos where they make videos look overly ambitious and not very relatable to their target audience through the use of big mansion houses and overly expensive clothing. All the sound in our video is non-diegetic and the portrayal of the song is in full lip sync in keeping with the conventions of this genre of music, according to Goodwin's premise. Rap video. This decision was also made in order to make the video look more professional and have a natural flow. The mood of our video is rather sad. We portray this through the editing and the use of slow transitions and low-key lighting. This dark mood is also identified by Goodwin. This helps to make the audience feel the pain and the struggle conveyed in the video. Our video mainly features a linear narrative with non-linear aspects in the forms of flashbacks, added to put emphasis on the couple's relationship before the song takes place, an almost carefree relationship. To a large extent, our narrative is clear, and with everything happening chronologically, and our story combined with the imagery, in particular the pregnancy test, all help to mould our video and push its meaning further. The performance is the bread and butter of any video, and in the rap genre this is usually not a strong point. In our video we talk to the camera and make hand gestures, which is in full compliance with rap conventions. This helps put our video firmly in the genre. We use extreme close-ups of facial parts like the mouth and eyes, which is usually used to show and reinforce the emotions of the characters. We also use medium close-ups and cut-ins in parts where we have a close-up of the artist's and his girlfriend's hands, both pulling away from one another, to help set, and we also use these to help set the scene or the feeling for a particular scene. So for example, in the last verse we use a medium close-up of the artist to help show both his shoulders and his head to help an atmosphere of sadness and hardship. Now we'll talk about research. Our research mainly consists of case studies. We researched artists such as Alicia Keys and J. Cole. This was mainly done due to emotional similarities of Alicia Keys' video If I Ain't Got You and J. Cole to see what the artists, and we used J. Cole to see what the artist's style usually consists of. From Alicia Keys' video we got ideas for mise-en-scène because both it and our video have themes of poverty and being poor. In her video it portrays poverty through the use of its empty rooms and quite dry colour scheme. Now we're going to talk about Photoshop. We used our images which were based on the Kendrick Lamar mixtape. On the camera we used an internal effect called grain that added this grainy effect to the photos and caused them to go black and white. The reason we did this is because it gave the images a rough, gritty look. We then took the photos into Photoshop and adjusted their levels to add more contrast to the photos, causing them to become lighter and darker at different points. We then used a brush which mimics paint splashes and added it strategically to different points of the images, keeping with the house style of the Wix page. We turned the photos black and white. We chose the font Naked Ladies, which we thought was suitable for the ground of the photo. We thought size 16 was also most appropriate for our print product's font size. For editing, we used Final Cut Pro. Firstly, we imported the video from the camera. We then named the scenes in order to distinguish them whilst editing, to help the actual process go a bit more smoothly. We also uploaded the song and put it on the timeline. After that, we consulted with our storyboard and began to put the scenes in the relevant order. Throughout the video, we looked at parts that we thought would benefit from having transitions because of the sharpness of some of the scenes. We only used the transition dissolve as we felt that to use more than one transition might take away from the emotional vibe we wanted our video to create. We adjusted the duration of the transitions, making them slow at the start and middle of the song to keep with the beat. We did the same again with the end of the video / last verse, because that's where the song's beat picks up. We used a black and white effect to make it obvious about events that were in the past, so for the flashbacks. Lip syncing was used to show which actor was playing which character, as there were female and male parts to the song. To finish, we rendered the video. We researched videos on YouTube, as mentioned before, the Alicia Keys video If I Ain't Got You, and some videos of J. Cole. These were very useful in helping us create the atmosphere that we wanted. They both artists seemed to know how to create that certain vibe, and that's really a vibe that we wanted to mimic, that sad hardship kind of vibe. We also downloaded templates from the Leighton Sixth Form Moodle page and modified them, such as location release forms, talent release forms, and Recce as well. We also created a Wix page to help promote our video and our print products. We kept with our house style, which was black and white. Our 3 ancillary products work well together, as they all connote the feeling that we wanted to get across to our audience, a feeling of sympathy. We'll start with the digipack. The photos for our digipack all feature the artist in a broken pose. What we mean by broken is the facial expression of the artist's face, or reflect that of an emotionally broken person. Aside from in these 2 images, it isn't very clear. As actual promotional products, it must be said that ours don't quite hit the mark. This is mainly due to us not having a budget and the lack of reliability by our desired actors. All the locations used don't quite fit the emotions included in the song also. But in relation to, our locations, it makes the video feel quite homemade, very personal, which further draws in our audience and makes them puts them on the same wavelength as the artist and the emotions of the song. Pre-production feedback was very sparse and constructive feedback was almost non-existent. The feedback we did get, we took into consideration and decided that for the mood of our video to continue throughout, we had to use a black backdrop for the studio scenes as opposed to a white one as suggested during the pre-production feedback. For the most part, we got good feedback, with our video being described as nice and good. It was also mentioned that we had good mise-en-scène and lighting. While the studio scenes, we used natural lighting, which is different from rap videos. We did this because artificial lighting can sometimes be a bit too bright, thus breaking the element of realism that we wanted to create, and also it kind of breaks the personal feeling also. If we were to produce a music video again, we would choose a song that is less violent in its use of language and attitude towards women, which was suggested in post-production feedback. We would also bleep out the N-word because in today's society it's not very appropriate. Also, we would use internationally recognized locations for the outside scenes, such as Canary Wharf, to help put our video on the map. We'll now talk about print product post-production feedback. The initial thought of our print products was good. However, it was mentioned that our print products lack the essential link to the song, which is regrettable. Next time, perhaps we'll make more of a link to the song by relating it to the issue at hand, pregnancy. We'd possibly do this with the positive pregnancy test, with the artist's girlfriend behind it crying. Lost Ones. For online feedback, we have a Wix page. As of yet, the feedback online has been generally quite good, with people saying nice video, very nice lighting, and good use of mise-en-scène, which I'm sure this will improve later as more feedback is given.